Skip dinner tonight, just once, and watch what happens. Your mood shifts, your patience thins, your thoughts get louder. Maybe your hands feel shaky. Maybe your stomach starts negotiating like it's a hostage crisis. And suddenly, hunger doesn't feel like a normal body signal. It feels like an emergency. Here's the strange part. For most of human history, missing a meal was not unusual. It was life. For hundreds of thousands of years, your ancestors woke up with absolutely no guarantee that food would appear that day. No refrigerator, no grocery store, no delivery app, no quick snack. And yet they survived. Not only survived, they hunted, tracked prey, walked enormous distances, and stayed alert in dangerous landscapes. So why does modern hunger feel worse than ancient hunger? Quick check. Have you ever felt panic hunger? Like your entire day collapses if you don't eat on time? If yes, type 1. If no, type 0. Most people assume hunger means energy is running out, like the tank is empty and the system is about to shut down. But biology is more strategic than that. When hunger begins, the body does not immediately collapse. It changes state. In many cases, mild hunger can increase alertness and food-seeking behavior. Researchers often describe this as a survival response. When fuel is uncertain, your brain pushes you to focus, move, and solve the problem. Part of that shift is chemical. Hunger hormones like ghrelin rise and signal, "Go find food." Systems that regulate wakefulness can ramp up too. Scientists often talk about pathways involving orexin, a neurochemical associated with arousal and motivation. In plain language, your brain can become more switched on, not less, at least for a while. That is exactly what you would want if missing food meant you had to hike, track, climb, or hunt before you could eat again. That's why the modern idea of hangry is so weird. Hungry plus angry. Think about how disastrous that would be in the wild. A hunter who becomes irritable, impulsive, distracted, and emotionally unstable every time food is delayed doesn't become a better hunter. They become prey. Evolution rewarded bodies that could stay functional long enough to find calories. So if hunger was designed to motivate, why do so many modern humans feel like they're falling apart after a few hours without eating? Because the danger isn't hunger itself. The danger is the mismatch between ancient biology and modern life. Your body is ancient. Your environment is not. Your nervous system was shaped in scarcity, uncertainty, and movement. But now it lives inside abundance, routine, and constant stimulation. Same brain, different world. And that mismatch shows up everywhere. Sleep, light, attention, stress, and yes, hunger. Imagine waking up 30,000 years ago. The air is cold. Your last meal might have been yesterday or the day before. There is no clock saying breakfast time. There is only daylight, weather, and the question, where do we get food today? Maybe you find berries, maybe roots, maybe small game, maybe nothing. That uncertainty wasn't a crisis. It was normal, and your biology learned to function inside it. Now, picture this. You walk past a bakery. Warm bread, sweet smell, soft light, sugar in the air. Your brain reacts before you even touch anything. Your mouth waters. Your attention locks in. It feels urgent, even if you ate earlier. 30,000 years ago, that same urgent feeling could save your life. Imagine discovering a tree heavy with ripe fruit. That wasn't a cute snack moment. It was a calorie jackpot, because abundance in nature does not last. Birds eat it. Animals take it. The season changes. The calories disappear. So what is the smart evolutionary move? Eat now, eat a lot. Not because you're weak, not because you lack discipline, because survival rewarded that behavior. Your brain learned a brutal rule. When rare calories appear, take them immediately. That rule kept your ancestors alive. Here comes the first uncomfortable peak, the lack of willpower. You blame yourself for maybe ancient survival software running inside a modern supermarket. Because today, the bakery is not a once-in-a-season fig tree. It's one of 1,000 cues screaming at your brain all day, every day. Candy, soda, pastries, chips, ultra-processed snacks engineered to be easy, fast, and rewarding. The environment is infinite, but the software is the same. And the cues aren't only food. They're social and emotional too. Stress raises appetite for quick energy. Advertising pairs sugar with comfort. Your phone trains you to seek tiny rewards on demand, and food becomes one more reward you can buy instantly. So hunger doesn't just mean low fuel. It can mean low stimulation, and your brain tries to fix it the fastest way it knows. So hunger did not become more dangerous. We just stopped being familiar with it, and we flooded our brains with triggers. Civilization didn't start this yesterday. For most of human history, eating was irregular. Some days you ate well. Some days you ate little. Some days you found nothing. Then agriculture changed the story. For the first time, humans built life around predictable calories, grains, storage, settlements, routine. Food became more stable, and life became less chaotic. That was progress. But it also trained the brain to expect regular feeding, breakfast, lunch, dinner, a clock-based rhythm so normal that we treat it like law. Over generations, humans built cultures around mealtimes, and over your own lifetime, you built habits around them too. When the habit breaks, your brain reads it as something is wrong, even when your body is safe. Then industrialization changed the story again. Food wasn't just predictable, it became constant, available everywhere, anytime. Then processed food changed it again. Calories became engineered, fast digesting, reward heavy, and designed to make you want more. Combine that with sitting more and moving less, and many people lose metabolic flexibility. The switch from fed to not fed can feel rougher than it used to. Here's the second peak. Sometimes you are not starving. You are crashing. Crashing from glucose spikes. Crashing from ultra-fast carbs. Crashing from a body trained on constant stimulation and constant snacking. When you don't eat on schedule, you don't just feel hungry. You can feel anxious, irritable, restless, and wrong, as if something is failing. That reaction can be less about empty fuel and more about a system that learned to expect constant input. A simple way to see it is contrast. After a balanced meal, hunger usually returns slowly and quietly. After a sugar-heavy snack, hunger can rebound sharply, like a wave. One pattern feels like a gentle reminder. The other feels like a siren. Modern diets can turn hunger from a steady signal into a roller coaster, and your nervous system interprets the drops as danger. So let me ask you, what hits you harder, sugar cravings or missing your eating routine? Comment sugar or routen. Your brain doesn't care about your comfort. It cares about survival. In the natural world, survival meant managing uncertainty and risk. So the brain evolved to treat food as a top priority. But in the modern world, food is everywhere, and the brain still runs old code. It reacts strongly to cues: smell, sight, habit, time of day, and stress. That means you don't only get hungry because your body needs energy. You can get hungry because you saw a trigger, a comercial, a smell, a notification break, a stressful meeting, a familiar hour on the clock. And when you miss the routine, your brain can interpret it as danger, not because it is true, but because that's what the old system was built to do. This is not a moral story. It isn't ancient humans were tougher, and it isn't modern humans are weak. That framing is lazy. The real story is mismatch. Ancient biology, modern environment. So next time you feel that rising panic from a delayed meal, pause. Ask a better question. Is this true biological danger, or is this learned alarm? Because most of the time, you are not in danger. You are just unfamiliar with the sensation. Hunger used to be normal, expected, a signal to focus, move, and solve problems. Now hunger can feel like failure, emergency, or weakness. That's not nature. That's training. Civilization gave us full kitchens, predictable meals, and endless snacks. Amazing comfort, but comfort has a cost. It can make certain sensations feel intolerable even when they are harmless. So here's the takeaway. You're not broken. You'reonsent. And the world around you is not. Once you understand that, hunger stops being a monster. It becomes what it always was, a signal, not a disaster. And maybe the unsettling truth is this. The more comfortable life becomes, the more ordinary signals can feel like threats, until we relearn what our bodies were built to handle. The goal isn't to suffer. It's to recognize the pattern, so hunger becomes information again, not panic in your mind.